go here?
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Hummel, and I'll be auditioning for the role of Kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's very exciting episode of Not So Straight Nerds. I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And today, we are talking Obsession.
And we're obsessed with this movie.
A little bit.
No, I thought about texting y'all last night. I'm like, at least y'all have each other. I'm by myself here. And I'm like, I keep waking up and being like, corner. I'm looking at the corners.
Dude, if I'm being honest, being in a relationship doesn't help. Being scared of this movie.
No, especially one that talks in their sleep.
No, for sure.
That would be
For
terrifying. Oh my
Gosh. So, needless to say, Obsession's a really good movie.
Yeah. Sometimes I get paranoid that was that a knock on the door? Then I realize my cats would freak out if someone knocked on the door, like they did this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So if my cats are chill, I'm good. Because that's like, I love my cats. They're like guard dogs in a way, but they'll like alert me if anything's actually happening or if it's just my paranoid brain, which it's always been my paranoid brain. Anyways. Back to the movie.
So we were very excited to eventually get to this movie. It was released last weekend for us, but it expanded out to us this weekend.
Yeah.
So we were very excited to finally get a chance to see it. We were thinking it was such a big deal. It was crazy we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I think they did a pretty big expansion going into the second weekend.
And it's happened before where we drive far away to see a movie that we really want to watch. Like, the last thing I think of is The Drama. We went like an hour away to see it. And then it came the next weekend to us. And that is not the first time that's happened. So I thought, guys, like, we really want to watch this. But gas is so expensive right now. Maybe let's wait a week. And if it doesn't come to us, then we'll go see it. Because it's big enough, like, it'll be there at least 2 weekends. Some movies, no, but this one, I'm pretty confident we're not going to lose it if we wait a week. So I'm glad we waited. And we had a good theater experience. Our theater was like, we were locked in.
Second weekend, that was pretty crazy for this kind of movie on a second weekend.
I mean, to be fair, it is like...
And a Thursday.
Well, but in a way, like, it is the first weekend for where we are, because it didn't come here. But yes, I still agree, they could have gone and seen it somewhere else, and they didn't. So, yeah, they waited. It was a pretty full theater, I will say. So, yeah, it's doing really well. It's one of the most profitable movies, or not, you said the most profitable movie
Of
this
that
year.
we've seen. I do the math, so I have their budget, and then basically the ratio of their budget compared to their box office. And currently it's at like its box office is 38 times its production budget.
Ooh.
And it's supposed to, according to reports, it's supposed to do even better in its second weekend. And it's looking to be one of very few movies of a production budget lower than $1 million to cross the century mark.
That's awesome.
That's so great for this movie.
Yeah.
And
I
everyone
think it's
involved.
So deserved, too. So, very happy for them.
Whew. So, obviously there's so much we want to talk about.
We'll do our vibe check first.
How are the vibes? I'm
Clearly,
obsessed with your vibes.
The vibes are so good. Yeah. Are your vibes as good as mine? Do you care as much as I care?
Are you vibing as much as I'm vibing?
No, the vibes are so good. We just did an episode on The Boys, and this was our reward. And it's a good reward. So I'm so excited to talk about this.
And dare I say, I was so right. As soon as we started this episode, we completely jumped in energy.
Yes,
Which would not have happened if we did it the other way around.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, yeah, I'm very excited. We have a lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
This is such a great movie, so the vibes are good.
Yes, I completely agree. going into this conversation, we are going to put up spoiler warning. We are going to talk all of the details of this movie. It is out right now in theaters. You can see it right now, and we highly recommend that you do, especially if you love horror, or even if you like horror. This is like the horror movie to see right now.
It's scary, but it's good.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. It's
So-
awesome. This is like the type of horror, like, I feel like people, I don't want to get it confused on this channel that I don't like scary movies or that I'm like a scaredy cat or anything. I don't like almost like gory or gross horror movies. Like, I feel like that's what I think of when I think of the Evil Dead movies. I think of that trailer that grossed me out. And I'm like, this isn't scary to me. This is just like highly uncomfortable and gross. And I don't want to watch that. I want to watch something that like actually is like scares me and for like good reasons and not just because this is a really gross thing that's happening. No shade to them. It's just not my thing. I'm picky about my horror movies. I love like the Conjuring movies. Sinister was great. I've loved the Insidious movies so far, but those are all like scary movies because of the way they're crafted, not because someone's hair is getting pulled out or someone's nails are scraping or like whatever. Sorry to give you all that image, but like it's gross, and no, I'm not into that. I'm like picky with my stuff. So I thought about that, and I might actually because of that be open to seeing Passengers. But
Passenger.
Passenger.
Singular.
But then I saw somebody rated it 2.5 stars, and I was like, oh, now I don't know. Is it bad? So maybe I'll look into it more before I decide, but we'll see. Because then I'm like, well, it looked scary, but I'm not against scary. It's like jump scary. I'm okay to jump in the theater. That's all right. That's fun.
We just did.
Yeah, we just did. The whole theater did. So, yeah, I don't know. I just have a very specific type of horror movie that I like.
Sure.
So, yeah. Anyways. But I did see Weapons, and that had some pretty gross stuff. But even that was like my limit. I was like, okay, guys. And, you know, I wasn't even a huge fan of the movie like so many other people were, so maybe that says something. I don't know. Anyways. Those are my 2 cents.
Obsession.
What were your expectations going this movie?
They were pretty high. I know the trailer was very ominous, and it didn't really give a whole lot, but I think it gave enough to be like, I am very interested.
Yeah.
It reminded me of what I think Companion was trying to do, where they have a trailer that doesn't give anything, but you just get like glimpses of like something's off here.
Yeah.
But then the next trailer, it reveals what that movie is, and it's like, what an amazing idea.
Yeah.
This one...
Still not giving a lot away, but giving you the proper hook.
Mm-hmm. Whereas I think this one, it is so minimal, but I think it's so effective. Just this one scene out of the movie where you hear what the scary thing is supposed to be, and it kind of just lets your imagination kind of run on what's happening.
It's all it needs is the one line where he says, just because you chose this for her doesn't make it any less real. That's all you need. That's your hook right there. That's the scary hook.
So I was already super intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And then the posters came out, and I love those posters. There's like the one with her behind the flowers, there's the ones with her like in the doorway and she's completely blacked out. But I really loved the one where it's like super close up on her face and her pupils are hearts and she looks terrified. Dude,
The
not a
posters were
bad
good.
poster.
No, and then what got me really excited was we were seeing, I don't know, one of the Top Gun movies probably. We saw like 3 movies last weekend. I saw something, or maybe Billie Eilish, I don't know. One of the movies we saw, I went to the bathroom, and there on the mirror, there was like a poster of a bunch of what it looked like sticky notes in the shape of, red sticky notes in the shape of a heart with, you know, like love notes. Which actually works perfectly for this film. I just kind of put that together, that they have love notes in this film. And then it says something like "Love Nikki, text me," and it has a phone number. Anytime a promotional thing has a phone number within the movie, out of the movie, whatever. Like they had one in the movie, and
Yeah,
I'm
when they're
wondering
calling the company.
I'm wondering if that's the
I'm
same
very
number.
curious.
That's probably the same number, but I don't know. I kind of want to see. If I see it again, I want to write it down and see if it's any different. But of course, I texted that number because I eat that stuff up. And I get like a bunch of texts and audio messages from Nikki promoting the movie, but also saying things like, "We're gonna be together forever, forever, forever. I love you so, 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 so much." You know, all these obsessive things that she's probably gonna say in the movie. That's what made me excited. Things like that, or like a playlist for like the vibes of a show or movie. Things like that don't happen as often, more than just posters. That gets me really excited. I mean, don't get me wrong, love a good poster. Clearly. But yeah, it's just like other little unique things. Like Smile, you know, the cast going to different places and standing and smiling, that was genius. Yeah. Any kind of like somewhat unique things like that are very fun.
Interesting. Have you seen that Backrooms right now is having people in hazmat suits go around London and making door outlines?
Ooh. Very fun. See,
That-
I love that.
And then earlier, I think last month, Exit 8, which is about like a repeating hallway with the man coming down.
Yeah.
That man was like just going through like train stations throughout the US.
Ooh. No, I love like the Squid Game stuff. I
Squid
think
Game-
at some point there was
No.
they played it.
Succession.
Uh,
They had a really good one.
Severance.
Yes, that is what I
Severance,
meant to say.
Severance had a really good one. Squid Game, I believe, had like people playing the game in subways. So yeah, anything like that. I love that kind of stuff. So that was very fun for me when I saw them out there. I was like, yes, just no one around. I'm taking a picture. But yeah. So if you happen to have it at your local theater, maybe check the bathroom. It was in the, I can't speak for the men's bathroom. It was in the women's
I
bathroom.
never saw one in
so-
the men's bathroom, but
Which is interesting because I feel like if anything, it should go in the men's bathroom more than
Mm.
women's because she's talking to a guy. I don't know. Whatever.
But then also seeing the reviews come out about it was
Oh, yeah.
also so
Everybody, whether they're a big film person or just a casual moviegoer, was saying this movie was great. My coworker who watches like one movie a weekend, which is probably more than the average person, said it was great. But then even people that are sometimes super critical of certain movies were saying this was really good. Yeah. Everybody was like, this is great.
it has very mass appeal clearly.
Yes. This is like, people are saying this is the horror movie of the year. I mean, it's a little early to say that, but I get it. Like, I mean, it's going to be hard to beat this. So, yeah. And I guess it's not that early. We're almost halfway through.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. But yeah. Pretty good start, and it's going to be hard to beat. I mean, we are getting another Insidious, but it's going to be hard to beat, so.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Although Backrooms is supposed to be pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm very intrigued by Backrooms. I will still. My expectations for Backrooms are not currently where Obsession is, though. I think even if the movie is as good as I think it can be, I don't
Mhm.
think it's there. But prove me wrong, Backrooms. I'm still very hyped.
I'm hyped. I'm excited.
Moving more into Obsession. Let's go on best parts.
I mean, it's easier to like. Sometimes I say this. It's easier to say the worst parts because so much of this movie are best parts. I don't even. Like,
I don't have a worst parts.
I don't either. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Like, this is kind of a masterpiece to me. I said that in my review. I said, what a masterpiece. So, yeah. I do want to say, shout out to the cat lovers out there. Be cautious going into this film.
You know what I will say?
I'm trying to feed you the information without
We're in spoiler
actually doing
warnings.
it.
We're past spoilers.
Well, yes, but I don't want to like outwardly say what happens. But I feel like if I'm giving you a warning about cats in a horror movie, you could put two and two together. Just be careful. It could be triggering to some people, so
I'm gonna say,
just be careful.
if I had to nitpick any con, the cat didn't look real.
Whatever.
It just kind of looked like a plushie, but whatever.
Well, but like taxidermy animals always look fake to me. It always
Interesting.
looks so weird. So maybe that's just the taxidermy effect.
Maybe. But anyways, best parts. If I had to pick some of the best parts of this
I like the
movie,
highlights. Everything was good. But what were the highlights?
I'm gonna go ahead and hit like maybe the best part of this movie, almost objectively, is Indy Navarrette's performance as Nikki.
Like this, she needs to be the next big star.
Like this,
Seriously.
this should be a career-defining performance.
It should. It should be giving Mikey Madison in a Nora. Like she should be an Oscar nom. It should be Demi Moore in The Substance, Amy Madigan in Weapons. Like this would not be the first time that a horror movie got an acting nom. But I will say, the other two examples that I just gave, they were older, so it could come off as more like, the prestige Oscar people could be like, oh, well, it's for their career. So I guess we'll give it to the horror one. This one, she's really young, and it's like one of the first big things, so I could very easily, unfortunately, see them snubbing her just because of that. But if we lived in a just world, she would be like a shoo-in for an Oscar nom, and I stand by that.
Absolutely.
I actually, I want to shout out a specific scene. I think the whole movie she did a great job, but the one that stuck out to me was the one when they're at dinner. Oh my god, she's, this is, that scene should be played in acting classes, genuinely. As, a master class. That needs to be a scene that's played. And I hope it does, and honestly I wouldn't be surprised if it started to be a scene that was played. Because she rocked that. And then I also want to shout out her, anytime she backwards walk, everyone's talking about her backwards walk.
Her creepy movements, it's giving Weapons. Because I think we talked on our episode on Weapons that, the choreography and, the movement is so intentional. And, oh my god, that is the same case here. And it is so effective. Anytime she moved, it was so terrifying. It's like when you're trying to kill a spider and it moves at you.
Ugh. No,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
crazy how in those moments she was always moving away, and yet that was creepier as if she was moving towards you. You know what I mean? It typically
It's almost giving backwards momentum. I think of those cars that you pull back for it to go forward. That's kind of the impression I get from that.
Yeah, it almost seems like at any point she's gonna leap towards you.
Although there's the scene where she moves across with the flowers in front of her head.
Yeah.
That's the closest we get to a forward movement.
That was awesome. I want to big shout out to her and the director, because I feel like that seems like a very, very mutual effort there. Obviously she did a great job and was very receptive, but I think a lot of that probably also had to do with the directing of that scene.
Director being Curry Barker.
And that was phenomenal directing. I mean, that's just a duo that I wouldn't be surprised if they worked together more. That's wow, you've got a pair right there. So that was great. Shout out to the director. You did great in this movie.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's a masterpiece.
It's
I
such an
think it's so
amazingly
great.
directed movie, and the cinematography is so great. The way it kind of focuses on the background ominously while still having a main subject in the shot.
Yeah.
I think it's just so cool.
The car scene when it's Bear and Sarah, I thought to myself, I wonder if the people filming this were like, make it good, but like, just let it be known no one's gonna be watching what's happening right now. Every single person in the audience is gonna be looking back.
Through the
Nobody's.
window. Yep.
I'm like, do a great job, but like, you are not gonna be the focus of this scene, even though you are in focus in this scene. I could just imagine that being a conversation. Cause yeah, that whole scene, 90 to 95% of that, I was not looking at their faces, and half were
And how can you?
halfwardly listening, because I was just waiting for something to move in the background. But I wanted to shout out another highlight that kind of goes hand in hand with that. It's well known that horror movies can be pretty
Formulaic.
Formulaic. So this one, you tend to look in the background for stuff because that's where things tend to happen. But I love that this movie still surprised me. I never caught on to what was going to happen. Not once. Not really. Even if I knew someone was going to be in the background and I saw them, they still found a way to shock me and surprise me.
They almost play on the expectations of stuff like that, but then
Yeah.
they find a way to like raise it.
Yeah, like they don't count on that being what makes it creepy. The fact that you spot something. It's like something else makes it creepy.
Like
I think of when he's inside his house and we see the couple shadows, I'm like, that looks like it could be a human body. But it wasn't overly obvious. So then when she turns to the side and you see her silhouette and you see her move, that's what makes it creepy. Even though it didn't shock you that she was there. Same with when he wakes up in the middle of the night for the first time, you're like, she's gonna be in the corner. That whole scene was still really well done and still very shocking and scary. Because the thing that was scary was not necessarily the fact that she was in the corner. It was everything else that was happening. The car scene, you keep expecting her to be in the background, so it was genius to have her just come in real quick. That got everybody in the theater. That got me. I mean, I like jumped in my seat. I like full body. Oh my god! Like Cole did too. Like he was like this the whole time. I was like, Cole, are you okay? He looked like genuinely like disturbed. Like actually genuinely disturbed. Like, do you need a minute?
the biggest compliment I can give this movie is that coming out of it, like it took me like 2 hours to like come down from the adrenaline rush that this movie gave me.
No, it's
It's such a deeply disturbing movie.
Yeah.
And Cole was talking about like how it really plays onto what I think is a very like universal fear of like people turning on you suddenly. And how terrifying that is, and not being able to like trust the calmness of whatever's happening.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The scene where he goes to Ian's house, I believe that was his name, and there's glass doors. I kept expecting that someone was going to come through those. Again, didn't happen. So it's always like, they always divert your expectations? Subvert your expectations.
And even when they are met, they're upped.
Yes, absolutely. They still blow you away. When he, I mentioned her in the window when she's at his house and then goes to the door and knocks. When he opens it and her eyes are like glowing, almost like they're like possessed.
The lighting on her and like the choice to have her like constantly be the only thing in shadow in a scene, like I could see that easily being like almost like how the Void is done in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
But it always feels like it's done like it just kind of happens. Like it never feels like it's overdone.
Yeah, like that was obviously in Thunderbolts a very stylistic choice, but
and that's not to hate on.
No, we loved that movie. Yeah.
Either.
But they fit for what they're trying to do in both things.
And then like the light on the eyes constantly showing and making it seem even bigger when it's in the shadow. Dude, loved that.
The choice of when she smiles, because obviously a smile like that in a horror movie, I mean, there's whole movies about that, about how creepy they can be. They were really well done and never overused. It was so crazy because they never really try to do the creepy smile. It's always like intentionally trying to be cute, but just the ominous
But it's so
setting.
offsetting.
Yes.
Another awesome thing I saw was they recently revealed pictures of like her makeup in like the scenes where she's in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's that scene when he sees her watching him sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And like her cheekbones are super accentuated and like her eyes seem bigger.
Mhm.
It's because like there's like the
Makeup
pupils are
for that.
accentuated with like black like squares and like super harsh blush on the cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love that they're able to do all of that
Yeah.
practically.
Again, just the craft of it all. This proves that you don't always need a ton of money to create something great. Like, and that should never be your foundation for what makes it great.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, obviously, there's plenty of movies that have big budgets that use it well. I mean, I think of the Avatar movies, Mission Impossibles, some Marvel movies, like Star Wars movies. They use it really well, but that when they're done well, it's never the foundation of what makes it good. It just elevates it visually in whatever they're trying to do. So here, when they don't have that, that proves it. It's still really good. I eat that. I love that. Like the theater girl in me, the one that's always like backstage doing like costumes and hair and makeup, eat that up.
Yeah, gosh. Another thing I'm gonna shout out is the frickin' sound design. Dude, anytime they like altered her voice,
She, anytime like sound wise or just acting wise that her voice shifted and was used was really well done. Anytime she went from really, really loud or like deep voice to high pitched sweet voice, it was always well done. And either way, when it wanted to be creepy, it was. It didn't need to be loud to be creepy. Like they can use so many different ways of doing that. No, I agree. And then just the score was always really well done. And the pacing of it all. I think the pacing adds to what makes even the, I guess, more predictable moments. I hate saying it like that, but it because that seems shady, but it's not. But even the more predictable moments, the sound, just everything, it just adds to the to what makes it feel so dreadful. I love it. And again, unlike, one of our probably mutual complaints about Smile 2 was that it was overly loud, and so again, it's like the gore for me. It's like, just because I'm uncomfortable right now doesn't mean what's happening is good. I'm uncomfortable because this is so ridiculously loud. And that's not a compliment. And that doesn't make this scary. It just makes my ears hurt. This was never that. Even when they were yelling and it was loud, it was never used in a cheap way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like, I could talk about this movie for hours. It's so good. Everything's
Absolutely.
so good.
I think we hit most of my major pros.
I agree.
And we both. I had one nitpick. Any nitpicks you could possibly think of?
I didn't like the way they treated the poor cat. But I mean, I'm like, as a cat person, I'm like, no, I don't have my cats tonight.
And also, we had Andy from Dancing with the Stars here.
Yes, we did. I was wanting to shout that out in theaters, but I was like, oh. My nitpicky thing is the annoying people behind us that were like, when she was crying at the end after this horrible, like, honestly, life-changing and ending thing happened to her. She was crying for maybe like a minute into the credits, maybe a minute or two, and probably not even a minute into her crying, they go, oh my god, she's still crying? I want to punch you in the face right now. Please gain some fucking empathy. That's actually insane that those words just came out of your mouth. I literally, when she saw it, I did like a Like, I physically could not process that she just said that. And I don't know if she saw that, but I'm like, girl, you did not just say that out loud. No, and then she, like, screamed in one scene, and I was like, that's a little dramatic. Not the appropriate scene to scream. There was one where I was like, a lot of people, it got them, the one that got me and everybody else. I'm like, okay, that collectively got the theater, that's when you scream. It was like, when she screamed, but they were clearly leading up to that, and I was like, okay. Drama, whatever. They were annoying me, it was whatever. So then I was like, but then the Andy thing was too late. I was trying to be respectful in the theater and not be like, that's Andy from Dancing with the Stars. But then, an hour into the movie, I was like, I should have just said it. They're talking. I should have just said it. Whatever. That's my nitpick. It had nothing to do with the actual movie, so there you go.
How do you feel about Michael Johnston as Bear in this movie?
I think he did great.
I think he also does a really great job.
I think he would have been a standout if not for Nikki's character actress.
Mm.
So I'm excited to see him in other things too. He has a very, like, I could see him in a rom-com when he's like not being the worst.
Actually, him and Bob from Thunderbolts give similar character types.
I agree with that.
I actually really like the progression of his character here.
Yeah.
The idea that it starts out as something that should be harmless and it's just a whatever thing. But then him making the wish isn't what makes him a bad guy. The script, I think, is so smart at showing how long it takes for him to be like, so what if I don't stop it but I change it?
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's the fact that he takes so long to start questioning these things that make him the real,
Yeah.
like the true antagonist of this movie.
I think the moment that got everybody, like the people behind us, literally went ew out loud, and I actually kind of agree with that. Was when they're in the restaurant and he's finally like realizing this is real, and he has the moment where he could choose to do something good about this, but he literally says something like, no, it doesn't bother me, and it cuts to them having sex and her like moaning, but clearly her face isn't in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just the sound. Her face is literally blank. That's the moment it's like, yep, now you're like officially the asshole. Like, you were handling this poorly, but I could give it to you that you
But how do you
don't-
handle this correctly?
Yes. Then when you know it's real and you have the choice of handling it correctly or not, and you choose not to, that's when you're an asshole. So I think the writing of that was great, the pacing of that was great. He did a great job portraying that, and even like, obviously we never
I like
feel
the
bad
way
for him. Oh my gosh, my cat just fell. He's okay. Obviously we never feel bad for him, but more so we're just shocked by the crazy things happening to him. And I think they played that really well. I know I've seen some people say they should have been more obvious that she was a victim. I think if you come out of this not clearly seeing that she's the victim, that's a you problem.
I completely agree.
I think
She's
you need to do some self-reflection. That's
it doesn't
not on this movie.
it doesn't start from a point of like he's trying to victimize her, but
Sure, like that scene I just talked about. That's when it's there. Like, if you don't see how messed up that is, that's on you. Not on this movie. So I totally disagree. I think those same people complaining about that would have complained if they spoon-fed it to you that she was a victim. I'm sorry. If you have like 1% of empathy, then you won't have a problem with how it portrayed everything. Because it'll be obvious to you. Anyways.
gosh. I also like Bear's voice is also I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of, but it's like protagonist voice, like
It's almost like a
the
tiny bit
soft-spoken
raspy.
yes.
Yeah, it's almost like he rides a line of like shy versus like just loser really well. I think the scene where she literally goes, do you like me? And he says no, you're a loser. Like, you're such a coward. Like, there's no, whatever, if you're scared of rejection, that's like that's a pretty universal experience of missing your chance just because you're afraid of the possibility of rejection. The second she's like, I like you, do you like me? And you say no, you've lost any argument you've had. Like, you're such a loser at that point. You are no longer shy and insecure. You are a loser. So I think he does that really well. And his voice fits that really well.
There's a clip going around of an interview of the two of them. Have you seen? It's not even the full context, but it's a clip where clearly some question was asked. I'm guessing it's something along the lines of, I don't even want to guess the question, but he's like, hold on, we're convenient, and he's like hearing what she's whispering in, and he's like, oh yeah, I mean, that's fine. And she's like, okay, I'd kill myself. Just so nonchalantly.
Wait, I've not seen that. I need to see that now.
It's really funny. Also, speaking of her, I'm also seeing a bunch of clips of her like streaming Call of Duty online, and she's so fun. And apparently, her like childhood crush was Optimus Prime. This girl's epic.
No, this girl's awesome. Wow, I love that for her. I need her like on Hot Ones. I think she would be really funny.
She'd be so good on Hot Ones.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Gosh, so great. With Curry Barker, he's also been raised the question, because people have been talking about with the One Wish Willows, people have been asking for an anthology show about other people's wishes with it. And he's on board. I think that sounds like a freaking awesome idea.
Absolutely. I would love that. It's kind of like the It thing. I feel like when I got what they were going for, I loved it. And then, of course, we did an episode on that, but the show is great.
It reminds me, I also have a pitch that they should have done a Diane and Warren show of them getting some of the objects from their museum as just one-off episodes.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Absolutely. It's like the early days of Supernatural when they did something different pretty much every episode. It was like adult Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's giving anything like that. It gives Scooby-Doo, and in the best way.
Absolutely. So I would love to see more stuff adjacent to this. Yeah. I don't think there needs to be, and I don't think we get an Obsession sequel at any point.
No, it's just kind of like the Gladys prequel. I'm like, did we need it? No, but am I happy for it?
But yes. I'm psyched for it.
Yes, absolutely.
But I think specifically with Gladys, I think there's a lot more to tell. Like, they do not give us a lot, but it's still awesome what we do get, and I think it's like the perfect setup for something else.
Yeah, and she won an Oscar. Yeah. So that's gonna be awesome. I wonder if she'll be in it though, because it's a prequel, so I don't know if they're gonna recast somebody.
That's fair.
They better be careful with that though, because
although there's no telling if she steals youth, there's no telling how long she's looked like that.
It's true. We could have a Mother Gothel situation.
Mm-hmm. It's very Mother Gothel-esque.
So, yes. Yeah.
Okay. I also want to shout out, people are talking about the YouTuber to horror pipeline right now.
With Iron Lung, Backrooms.
Also
There was one
notable, Talk to Me.
Yes.
Prey.
Oh, I didn't know about
Yeah,
that one.
he was on apparently a YouTube podcast show. And he went on to do Killer of Killers and Badlands.
I even think of the Legend of Vox Machina. You know, they did some D&D stuff and then turned it into a show, and then that got the other one. What's the other one called that we watched first?
Mighty Nine.
The Mighty Nine. Even things like that. Yeah, it's very cool.
Shelby Oaks is also a film in this realm. I haven't seen it though.
I've heard of that. Though.
It's like a found footage to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
And then Together is also apparently in this run.
Ooh.
And I love Together so much.
See, that's my other thing. I don't do body horror, so I did not watch that. But I believe you.
But some amazing films.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, from people who just love the genre, and you feel the love through these projects, and they're pretty unique projects as well.
Yeah.
Oh, even within horror, it's so awesome. Super love it. Would love to see more of it. I think it's interesting that so much of it is jumps to horror. I wonder if there's other genres they could jump into. Like, there's a connection between horror and comedy. Clearly, you see a lot of comedians go into horror.
Yeah.
I
wonder, I think of certain Marvel people that, like, were always super inspired. Like, I think of Spider-Man. There's so many people that have worked on Spider-Man movies that talk about growing up loving him as a kid. So I think of the superhero genre. There's a lot of similarity with that, with passion projects there. I also think, in a way, it's different, but I think of, like, fantasy, like Percy Jackson, I don't know, the Hunger Games movies, which that's different, that's dystopian, but that's more so with author involvement, so I don't know if that's quite the same, but it does, often make for good shows. We see Holly Jackson is going to be more heavily involved in the second season of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and from what we've heard, it should hopefully be better, because what was the best parts of the first season were her suggestions. So again, like, the Percy Jackson movies were, like, controversial, and the author was not as involved in that, and now he is, and it's pretty universally loved. Things like, so it's not quite the same, but it is, in a way, like someone's passion project come to life, just somewhat like YouTubers to their passion projects. So I don't know.
I think there's also
A little
something
bit
to be
similar.
said with horror being able to be done on such a low budget, so it's
Yeah.
a lot easier of an entry point than other genres.
Yes, for sure.
And you know what? We love that horror is accessible.
Yeah.
Next on our docket. Oh, Carrie Barker is currently slated to do A24's new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Did you say slut?
I did say slut.
Period. Anyways. No, we were actually, I don't know, I'll probably rewatch it before the remake, but we were pretty, we kind of mutually disliked the first one.
I mean, especially considering so much, like,
Yeah.
iconicness centered around it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not enjoy it as much as even some other, like, retro horror things.
Mm-hmm. It just, to me, I was frustrated because it was giving my problem with some horror movies where it was just so loud. I'm like, just because this girl's screaming for 2 minutes in a row doesn't make this scary. I'm just annoyed at this point. I'm like, shut up. Not really, because, I mean, obviously she's going through pain, but, like, just the choice of having this happen.
Like, have something else happen now, please.
Yes. Doesn't make sense for her to scream yes, but it's like, do we have to see it for, like, this long in the middle of the movie? Where nothing else is happening right now?
Truly earned the title of the first Scream Queen.
Yeah. Anyways.
But, no, I think that a lot of my problems with that first film, and then I even have seen another, like, I think the Leatherface movie I've seen before, and I think it starts on a really good and creative note.
Yeah.
But I think there's plenty to do with this whole premise, and in his hands, I am very excited to see what that turns into.
I agree.
Can you think of any other things you'd maybe want to see from this director?
I don't know. I mean, he did such a good job in horror. I just want to see what other ideas he might have. It's different from actors. Like, I don't know how it would look in other genres just because this one was so good. But, I mean,
with
whatever.
timing, and
It's a
he's
passion
a comedy
project.
like from what I've seen a sketch that he did of making fun of Talk to Me, where he was a creepy,
Yeah.
like a freaky ghost on the other side.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see what he could do with a comedy, or maybe even
Maybe
we go
like
into
a-
horror comedy.
What is it? Like, do they call them spoof films? Is that what scary movies are like?
Yes.
Yeah. You could do a scary movie. That would
Honestly,
actually be kind of awesome.
Mayhaps.
Right? You should do the scary movie based off of Obsession. That would be really funny.
Something to
And
that
then
for
if it was
sure.
based off like Talk to Me and all these others, and you got to make fun of it, that would be really funny. No, I would actually genuinely eat that up. No, but I'm excited for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I hope I like that one, and it'll be interesting to compare the two. I'm hoping it like continues to validate why I was not a huge fan of the first one. But we'll see. If he really likes the original, then maybe it won't turn out to be like that. Maybe he'll allow me to appreciate the original. I don't know.
Yeah, things can be done to appreciate things in what is
Past.
it?
Retrospect?
Retrospect.
Yeah.
I knew there was a word for it.
We always feed each other the words we're missing.
Yes,
it's
we do.
great.
And that's why we work.
Yeah.
Next, I wanted to quickly kind of just take a glance at horror in 2026
For
so
sure.
far. And then some of the things that are upcoming. Current horror movies that we have seen from 2026. Obsession. The Bride, I think, is horror adjacent. Iron Lung, definite horror. We had... You didn't see Undertones.
No. Or The Mummy.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Jinx.
And Primate and Thrash. And that was
My-
me going down my rank list
Yeah,
on...
my lowest two movies of the year, there's none in between. They are the bottom two. So.
It... You know... Oh, and 28 Years Later, Bone Temple.
Oh, yeah,
Overlooked
period.
that. My bad, baddies. I think we have some real hits or misses here.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely the best one, although I think Bone Temple does a great job. It's just like a different kind of horror.
Mm-hmm.
That is one where it's so gross. They have several scenes so gross. Like, throw up kind of gross. But the story is so good, it's like I get over it. I also maybe wouldn't have seen it in theaters if I knew it was gonna go that far. It's pretty bad. It's pretty graphic. But I can't bring myself to regret it at this point. But yeah. Sometimes I let it go for the love of the game, so.
No, but Obsession is I think the standout so far.
Yeah.
Looking at our anticipation list of what horror is still to come, if you'll give me 1 second to find it.
Wait, no, isn't Robert Eggers' Werewolf coming out this year?
Werewolf is this year.
So after Nosferatu, I'm like, yes, I'm so sold.
We also have Clayface,
Yes.
that I think is going to be
Ooh,
really
that's one
cool.
body horror that I'm gonna see anyways, just because it. Again, sometimes I make exceptions, and that's gonna be one of them. Even if I hate my life after that.
We saw the trailer for. Let me make sure I get the title right. If
Insidious,
Letterboxd wants to
the
load.
next one.
Insidious. I'm trying to remember what the title is.
I don't remember.
Insidious, Out of the Further.
Yes.
I think that's a great trailer.
I agree.
I don't. Maybe it's because I'm seeing it on. I just saw it on the big screen. It worked for me a lot better on the big screen.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Sometimes it's like that.
Evil Dead Burn is coming out. I'm not as excited about it as I was Evil Dead Rise, but I'm excited at least for Muse.
Oh, Hunter D something. Dorvan.
Hunter Doohan.
Doohan. I
Very
was
excited
close.
for him.
Yeah, good for him.
God, Obsession was way too far down on my anticipation list.
I have no idea where it landed on mine. My bad.
I think that's...
I mean, Passenger just came out too. We'll see how that is.
Indeed. Not a whole lot of heavy-hitting horror, other than, like, Backrooms is going to be really big as well. But I think that's about it for the big horror movies that we're aware of going through 2026.
Yeah.
Of this list, I really think Backrooms is the only thing that might compete with Obsession to at least the scale.
I can't find Obsession on my list. I don't know where it is.
Oh no.
Maybe I left it off.
No, tragically, it was like 57 on my list.
Oh no.
But I think that was before we even got, like, the first
No,
trailer. Or it was just after we got
I
the
don't
first
know where
trailer.
it is. Oh no.
Silly goose.
It's okay. It's number 2 on my for all list, and I'm seriously debating if I want to put this above Project Hail Mary, which is my number 1 right now. They're just like, how the heck do you pick between the two of them? Like, they're such different movies.
For sure. Well, next up, you wanted us to rank our top 10 Focus Feature 2020 films.
Mine's 77 out of 98. I must have, I don't know.
Craziness.
Dude, I must have not known anything about this movie at the time. Anyways,
You ready to get ranking?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We are ranking. This is a Focus Feature film. They've had a lot of great films in the 2020s, so we are going to rank our top 10 just in the 2020s, and I'm so glad we picked it because there's a lot of good ones actually to pick from. So,
Absolutely.
based off the one on the bottom of my list, you're going to be like, what? Yeah.
Do you want to start us off?
Sure. I put Begonia as my number 10. Again, you're probably like, if you're with that movie, you're like, what? That's number 10? Yes, there's a lot of good picks here. Ooh, I actually never added Obsession here though because I made this list before I watched Obsession. So I guess technically this
Begonia's
doesn't.
not on the list.
No, Begonia doesn't make my list. Okay, I'll change it. My bad.
Okay, while you're correcting yours, I'll do mine. At number 10, I have Licorice Pizza. Dude, this movie is so nearly perfect for me. I feel like we talk about this movie every now and then. It's that weird age gap that does nothing for the
Nothing.
film,
Nothing.
and it's
Absolutely
just so weird. But other than that, the performances are so great. And it's a pretty fun movie.
It's just a weird, like personal, obsession that the director had with his teacher when he was young. I feel like that's the only reason the age gap is there. Like, dude, do you realize you're a victim? Because based off how this is portrayed in the movie, I don't think you realize that.
Yeah. But Alana Haim and Cooper Hoffman, amazing performances, but also.
God, I need to see Cooper Hoffman again.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was just in Warfare, but like, please, sir, you deserve to be in more.
He was also in Long Walk.
Yes, the long one. So good. I love the long one. Anyways,
Anyways, your turn.
my new number 10 is Emma. This is based off a classic. So I really like this. It has Anya Taylor-Joy in it, and it has the iconic nosebleed scene that you should look up the behind the scenes of after you watch that movie.
Gosh.
Because I think she used to be able to like kind of in a way do it on command, not like crying on command, but she could sense when it's coming. And they needed that to happen in the film, so she's like, I'll just do it.
That's great.
She's like, it's coming up, it's coming up. Okay, ready. She does it. I'm like, you're crazy, but I love you. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. She's great.
She's fun. My number 9, and I haven't seen that, so it does make my list. Number 9, I have Song Sung Blue. Dude, this movie had me in tears. And we said it before, if Hugh Jackman is the weakest link in your cast, you're doing something incredibly right. And you know what? I will stand by that Kate Hudson Awards nomination.
I
Kind of
agree
across
with
the
that.
board.
I agree with
I think she did so great in this movie.
Yep. My number 9 is The Brutalist. Despite my heavy disagreeal with Adam Brody winning for that when he used AI in his performance. Luckily they banned that just a little bit late. Anyways, I think the film was still really good, even if obviously I'm super disappointed in that. We watched it way after it came out, so we did not contribute to any relevant numbers of initial things. So sometimes I do that when I do want to watch a film or show, but don't want to like contribute to its initial success. That would matter for, you know, sequels or certain types of things. So we did eventually get around to it. It is a good film. I can see why it got a lot of award nominations, and if you didn't use AI, it would even justify the win. But gross, especially when Timothy Chalamet was right there for a complete unknown. Anyways,
Dude. At number 8, I do have Begonia. Emma Stone's and Jesse Plemons kill this movie. It's so zany, and it's a bonkers movie. It's very bonkers. That's what I'm gonna use to describe it.
yeah. My next one, I know you're gonna disagree with, but that's okay. I'm put Anora. Luke's not the biggest fan of this movie, but I did really like it. I will say, you didn't see this in theaters, right?
I did not.
I did, which can matter. It does.
It definitely
you know,
can matter.
changes things, especially when I think it was a very visually appealing movie. Now, it doesn't mean that, oh, you would like it if it was in theaters. Like, it could have also clouded my judgment a little bit. I think of my initial reaction to the Star Wars sequel films. I liked them more when they first came out because they were such visually stunning movies. Then later, you know, when I rewatched them, so they, you know, I probably all three of them, to be honest, went down for me just when I, you know, take away the great visuals and then you look at the story. Maybe that would happen here, but I haven't rewatched it since then. So I can only go by, you know, what I know. And I really liked this film. And I'm so happy for Mikey Madison. Even though
She's incredible.
I would have loved to be more winning as well. Both would have been so deserved. So it just is what it is.
Dude, I love the first third of this movie.
Yeah.
The first third of this movie, I think, is perfect.
Yeah.
At number 7, I have The Holdovers. So fun. We don't make enough Christmas-based movies. And gosh, Dominic Sessa's debut performance, insane. Put Divine Joy Randolph on the map. Thank you. About time.
Yeah.
And Gandolfini, the main character, is also
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti. Don't know where I got that. Yeah, it just is. It's just such a feel-good, but crying movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it. It's big push.
Sorry, Letterboxd is pissing me off right now. I'm trying to move a section up, and I don't know where it just went. There we go. My next one I didn't write down. So sorry. It's A Different Man, which you have also not seen that one yet. Arguably Sebastian Stan's best performance, but he also had, what was it? The Apprentice, I think, which is also really good, but just, you know, given the content matter, icky. But he did really good in what he was supposed to do. That was in the same year, and I saw both in theaters because I lived somewhere with a theater that played everything. I missed that. But this was definitely, if I had to choose between the two, my favorite of the two. Just if nothing else, performance-wise, but also content-wise. Obviously, I would want to rewatch this one first. You should watch it. It's really good. So. And I think they should have honestly nominated the other actor as well. But I think he got an Oscar nom for this, I think.
I don't think so.
Oh,
but I might just be missing.
Maybe he got it for The Apprentice, and people thought he should have gotten it for this. I think that's what it was. Anyways, yeah, it's a really good film.
What? At my number 6, I have Hamnet. Oh my gosh, Chloe Zhao, I'm so happy for your comeback. Some would argue you never left. Gosh, it's just so emotional. The theater kid in me loves this interesting perspective on Shakespeare. God, that young actor kills it as Hamnet.
Yeah.
Obviously, our Oscar-winning Jessie Buckley kills it. One of maybe my favorite performances from Paul Mescal. Certainly up there. Gosh, and the setting, I think all is so encapsulating. It feels so gothic, even though it's a very like grounded story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I love seeing the Globe Theater.
Yeah.
Dude, I ate this movie.
No, it was so good.
And imagine if we got to see it in theaters.
I know. Ugh, a crime. My number 6 is Nosferatu. This was amazing. Lily Rose Depp's performance was phenomenal, and I'm so glad people were recognizing that. I think people were underestimating her or hating on her for reasons beyond her. So I'm glad this movie kind of shut some of those people up. Because at this point, you can't say she's a bad actress. I think, unfortunately, just with The Idol, I'm like, that has the problems with that and how that went so horribly wrong had nothing to do with her. She was great in that show. That was so bad. Anyway, so I'm glad she had this one, and she's gonna do more. Isn't she also in Werewolf? I think a few
Maybe.
of those
I wouldn't be
actors.
surprised.
I think a few of those actors are coming back for that as well. If I'm not mistaken. So
It's actually the
This is-
sequel to
Oh
Nosferatu.
my gosh.
At my number 5, I have The Brutalist. Dude, for me to be so into a movie that goes so long and has such like a monotone like aesthetic that it's going for.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the acting is incredible. Maybe I will say it's also not like Adrian Brody asked for his performance to be adjusted in post. They just did that. But I think it is very the performances really hit for me. I think the storytelling is really good. The crazy architecture is very memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Which is good for this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
It better be. My number 5 is Licorice Pizza. I did see this in theaters because I had a friend at the time that really wanted to see it. Oh my gosh, I have such an icky story with that. But anyways, the movie was good. Yeah, upon rewatch, the age gap is more of a bummer for me. I mean, it was when I saw it, but at least I could appreciate other things on the big screen. Then when I see it on a smaller TV, I'm like, now the flaws are like pointed out more, and I'm like, still a really good movie, but gross. Sir, please realize you're a victim. Anyways, I don't actually know if they ever got together, so maybe he's not. But even if nothing ever happened, sir, you need to realize that was not okay if that was ever a possibility. Anyways, great performances.
Okay. My number 4, I have Last Night in Soho. Dude, this movie may not be for everyone for whatever reason, but I love this movie. I'm a sucker for just random people experiencing supernatural stuff. Like very The Shining-esque, where it's just, yep, this is a story, and this person sees ghosts. It's a trope that I just really enjoy for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I really love it. The costumes, the directing, the music. Anya Taylor-Joy, I think, is incredible, and I think she really highlights this movie. Gosh, I think it is just so fun and scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's stapled in my head. I really like it.
Next, I put Conclave. Upon reflection, I'm like, I wonder why this isn't higher, but I did give it 4 stars versus the others got 4.5 or 5 stars. So, you know, I guess I'll put it here, but I kind of want to rewatch it now.
Dude, we should just. I'm so down to rewatch Conclave.
Yeah. No, because I remember it being like a masterpiece, and I also saw this in theaters. So, I don't know. A lot of 2024 is on here, especially high up. The Brutalist, Anora, Different Man, Nosferatu, Conclave, all that's 2024. And that's all in my top 10. So great year for them. A great year to have a theater that I could see all these movies in. So yeah, maybe this would be higher upon a rewatch. I don't know, but I'll stand by what I had rated it. So it is what it is. Ralph Fiennes. Stanley Tucci.
No, I think he was
Wow.
robbed. Because I think he is so good that year in that movie.
I agree with that.
I don't even remember who got it instead of him, but
I don't know.
if I think about it too hard, I might cry.
Yeah.
At number 3, I also have Conclave. Basically everything you just said.
We were Conclave truthers.
Dude.
Low-key, it should have won Best Picture, even though we knew it didn't have a chance, but we were like,
What did it go
if
to?
it... Anora. That was the year that
yeah.
everything went to Anora.
Oh, Nora.
Yeah. We were like, Loki, this should win Best Picture, even though it won't, but it's like the will and should. That would be our should.
No, I remember there was a TikTok going on about like a group of friends watching the Oscars that year, and someone was dressed as a priest. It was like,
No.
they're not winning anything. And then it was like, dude, it just won like best screenplay. And it's like, what? I was in the bathroom.
And then, like, the Pope actually dying not long after that is crazy.
Became very
timing.
relevant.
Crazy timing.
Dude, sometimes
Wow.
marketing be doing too much.
I know. That's crazy. R.I.P.
Indeed.
My next one, number 3, is Hamnet. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, oh, Hamnet was good, but Conclave was good. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I would switch these two. I would not put it higher than this, but I might switch it with Hamnet upon a rewatch. But Hamnet was really good. I gave it 4.5 stars, so I'm standing by that. Yeah, it was really good. And it was one of those, I really do wish I saw in theaters. I do. I'm very sad that.
So I could reach for
Never
the
got to
stage
see
with
it.
everybody.
So I could cry and.
What did we just watch that had something that I was like, hey, this is Hamnet?
Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Her concert tour movie. Yeah.
That's funny.
Wasn't it like what was I made for too?
Yes.
We're like, oh my god, Hamnet. We're crying and reaching out. This is just like Hamnet. Yeah.
My number 2, I have Obsession. And we just had a whole movie talking about why this movie is basically a masterpiece.
What if I developed this list? My number 2 is Holdovers, which means my number 1 is Obsession. Oh my god, I love the Holdovers. It is, I think it's in my top 3 favorite Christmas films. I know that without even having to look. But seriously, like, this is like, Home Alone is forever gonna be my favorite just because of nostalgia. Like, guys, I love this movie. This is like a better movie. But anyways, I don't care. I love this movie as a movie and a Christmas movie.
Huh?
And Dominic Sessa.
Sessa?
Genius. I loved seeing you in Now You See Me, Now You Don't, but like I need to see you in another. Like I need you to
Drama.
get an Oscar nom at some point. Please. You deserve it.
My number 1, which I did recently watch this year, was Promising Young Woman. I fucking
Right.
loved that movie. Dude. Another case, Emerald Fennell ain't for everyone, but my god, if I won't stand by her. But yeah, that is our ranking. If you have any focus features that are your favorites, please let us know in the comments below.
We left them off. If you're like, blasphemy, you need to see this one.
There are a decent amount I still need to see.
I'm trying to break things. Anyways.
You're doing so good.
Yeah. The next big focus feature film that I saw that I recognized was Sense and Sensibility, which is another based on classic movie.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that.
YOLO.
Her. If Emma was good, so I'm down. And then, of course, we already mentioned Werewolf. That's coming out
Werewolf.
as well.
Very excited for Werewolf. I love me a good werewolf.
Yes, Sense and Sensibility is going to star Daisy Edgar Jones, which always I feel like does a great job and stuff. Especially she has such a period drama face, so I'm not surprised she's finally in one. And then Werewolf is hopefully going to be pretty peak. So.
Wolfman found dead in ditch.
No, actually, that's what I kept thinking of. It's like, yeah.
Okay, next up, as we are wrapping up, reception of Obsession. I don't know how updated you are on these. Like, I don't
I'm
know if
not.
you've seen them. So,
I'm not.
can you
I have
guess
no
what
idea.
the Rotten Tomato critic and audience scores are?
I don't know if I actually, because I think you told me, so maybe I have an idea in mind, but I don't actually know now. So I'm gonna guess like a 94 or 96. Those are the vibes I'm feeling for critics, and then maybe 94 critic, 96 audience. I'll go with that.
It is 95 for both.
Yay! So even more points for me.
Yeah, you
19
have.
points each for that.
Indeed. For those who don't know, we're talking about our summer movie draft, which is now
Yes.
officially started off, because this was the first movie to release that was on either of our
What a
picks.
starter.
And then can you, do you want to guess what the cinema score was?
I mean, probably A plus. If nothing else, A at minimum. Because sometimes they do be harsh on horror movies, but I'll say A.
It was an A-.
Bullshit. See, this is why cinema score is sometimes public enemy number one. They're so annoying with their horror movies. I will never forget what they did to Hereditary.
No, for real.
Big fuck you for that. I will never forget. So, am I that surprised? No. Am I disappointed and I call bullshit? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Next up we have our box office prediction. So,
I mean, it's supposed to cross the
it's
century mark.
it's rumored to be crossing the century mark by the end of its run.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, it is at 37.9 million. And that is on an under $1 million budget. Good honor.
That's crazy. And it's Friday as we're filming this, so those might be the updated numbers for Friday, but definitely not for the whole full
No,
second
and
weekend.
it's supposed to do even better in the second weekend.
Yeah.
So, which is a rare feat.
Mm-hmm.
So, the question, where do we think it's going to end?
I think it's definitely going to cross the century mark. I think word of mouth is really, really good. It's expanding, so more people are going to get to see it. The promotion's really great. It has like no competition right now, quality-wise or horror-wise, honestly, because Passengers, the first thing I saw about that was like 2.5 stars, so I don't know, maybe that's not as good as some people were thinking. Mandalorian and Grogu is a big heavy hitter. It'll still make a lot of money, but it's definitely quality-wise and word-of-mouth-wise not on the same level, nor is it at all similar genres. So, I feel like I kind of want to shoot a little bit high because I tend to be a little bit of a pessimist, and I want to say 120.
Ooh.
I'll say it.
Okay. I am going to go for 110.
Fair enough.
So, but I think either way, if it hits either of these, I think it's
That's awesome.
such a win for everyone involved, as it should be.
I agree.
Dude, it's so exciting. Lastly, just announcing our current draft standings. I will say, I Love Boosters has started getting reviews, and it is out this weekend, I believe, limited.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't counted that up yet, but Alicia, you had Obsession on your pick, and you are currently at 70 points for just Obsession alone.
And it's gonna cross definitely the 50 mark, but probably, hopefully, the 100 mark too. So I'll get a couple points from that. So.
And that's
Here
a
it is.
great starting point.
Oh, thank goodness, because Mandalorian and Grogu is not gonna do me a lot of
It
favors.
probably will not.
I mean, money wise, hopefully, but
Hopefully it'll balance out a little. I'm very curious to see what the audience score is, because I haven't seen anything on that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because Star Wars fans might I don't know. They're unpredictable. That could go
They're
literally
aggressively
any
unpredictable.
way. Any other fandom, I'd be like, they'll be nicer to it. I'm like, I don't know. It's not led by a woman, so well, I guess technically Peter Pascal is not white, but he's not black, and Star Wars fans tend to be not as nice about that either. So maybe that's all they need to be nicer to this movie. Unfortunately,
people love Pedro Pascal.
They do. So even if it's a bit boring, we haven't seen it, so we can't really talk about it yet. But that's what we're hearing whispers of. We'll see.
Absolutely. But this has kicked off very aggressively good. You are going to have 2 on the docket by the end of this week, and I'm going to have 1. So we will have to see how that goes. It is starting very excitingly.
And then is the next one, because nobody got Breadwinners, so
Correct.
is the next one
Backrooms.
Backrooms, and then that one might be yours or mine.
You have Backrooms.
Okay.
You have
And then
Backrooms
You have
and
Masters of
Mandalorian.
the Universe, which
Yes,
is
I
your
do.
next one, I believe. So
I'm so
interesting.
scared. Masters of the Universe is one of my
Like you know
Wild
where it's gonna
cards.
go. Yeah.
Obsession
Yeah.
and Backrooms. I think is going to do good for you. I think Mandalorian and Grogu is going to end up being one of your wild cards. Actually,
I know. I
I'm
didn't
curious
think
to see
so,
where
but
that lands.
yeah, I guess it was. Oh well, we shall see.
We shall see.
Luckily, Cinema Score is based off audience, so we'll see how that'll go for me soon. Yeah.
This is a real horror movie.
No, I don't know. We will hopefully see that movie within the next 2 days and do an episode on that soon after that. So you'll see it at some point.
Anyways, that is going to wrap up our episode today on Obsession. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know your thoughts on the movie in the comments. We'd love to hear it. And until next time, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And thank you so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.
Bye.